Hi there. My name's Jesse Pohlman. I'm a writer and creator from Long Island, New York. And thank you, first and foremost, for considering a contribution to my Patreon effort. Patreon, as you know, is a service where you can contribute as little as $1 to any creator you'd like, and that money will go mostly to them. It's a little bit going to the company, of course, and it will support what they do when they might not have time to work a third job. Um, in my case, what I do, as you can see on the left hand side of your screen, is I'm a writer and a creator. I've got three major efforts that I'm working on right now, and they're all sort of subject to public reception. But the first is Dystopian Review. It's a video series where I go through and I analyze dystopian literature. I used to do this years ago, but got back into it because I'm really excited about Terminator Dark Fate. So I'm doing Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles and the rest of the franchise. I do a Lego comic where I animate cool things, and I'm actually planning to release that along with this video. So awesome, right? And then I also read a lot of novels. I have about 7 or 8 to my name so far, if you count short story collections. The background you see here was created by the amazing artist Cecilia Ivy Marie Price. It's for the third book in the Pillars of the Kingdom trilogy. I've actually completed a trilogy, which it brings me to why I think I would be a good artist for you to support. And that's because as a writer, I've actually really produced content. I did a local hometown blog called the Weekly Freeporter for 5 years, where I was indeed more than weekly. I've completed trilogies, I've got more ready to go. And the money you contribute would go mostly towards either hiring professional editors so that I could have better writing content, because when it comes to books, I know that just as a writer, what I see and what I read are always influenced by what I know in the back of my head is coming next, what I know in the back of my head these characters should look like and feel like and sound like. The reader might not know that. So an editor is a great translator from what's in my head to what's on your page. So number one would just be getting a great editor. Other things I could use this money for include paying cover artists. I always try to do my best to pay those who contribute, because that sort of thing is worthwhile. I mean, it's one thing if it's just fan art for fun, but if it's going to go on a product, it should be paid for. I could use it for setting time aside to do more writing and do more audiobooks and create more stuff. If you put in just $1 at the kind-hearted soul level, and that's really all I can ever ask of you, because I know you also are struggling. I'm sure whatever your situation is, it could be better. We live in a really hectic world. It's really scary times sometimes, and of course, you're going to have a really difficult time finding even $1 to spare. But if you can be a kind-hearted soul and just pitch in $1 a month, that's $12 a year, which is still not even like an hour of work to me when you think about it in terms of math, because minimum wage should be $15 to begin with. But anyway, what you will get for $1 is you'll get access to patron-only content, a sneak peek at text from upcoming releases, like beta readership. Like if you really like what I write, you should be a beta reader. You should be able to look back and go, oh, I remember this character. They're awesome. Let's see more about them. You should be able to get Patreon-only polls, which are, hey, if you're contributing to my being able to be a successful writer, you should be able to have a say over what it is that I'm creating, at least within reason. I mean, there's some time that I'm always going to take for myself just because there's something that gets in my head and I want to work on it. If I want to create a writing exercise and put it up on my website, jpullmanwriting.com, it's over on that side, Jesse, then, hey, great. I want you to be able to tell me what you want to see. And there'll always be shout outs in the credits. So when I write a book, there'll be a bottom to it, and it'll have all that information, including all of those who've contributed to Patreon, probably ever. If you do put in $5 or more per month, you'll have an unlimited access to all of my ebooks in PDF format. What will happen is I will just email them to you at your request. Oh, hey, I want this book. Boom, it's sent. And you get it. You'll also get B-roll stuff. So if there's something that I worked on a long time ago and it just didn't work out, I didn't finish it, it didn't feel right, but it's still good enough that you'd enjoy it, I'll have a list where you can request, hey, this sounds pretty interesting to me, let me look at it. And you can look at it and read it. And that's for you for as long as you're a devoted follower at $5 a month. Once you get above that, it really comes down to me just doing what I can to be in contact with you. That's all there really is to say. I don't want to throw a whole huge video at you. I will say, just check out my website, check out the Patreon site, look through it, and understand that I really appreciate you just taking the time to look. Again, I know it's not easy to consider spending any money on someone that, for all I know, you're a random stranger on the internet. You saw me on Twitter, you're thinking about it, and hey, what's up? Well, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm trying to do, and I really, again, thank you so much for your time and consideration. Check out my creations if you're on the fence. Totally understand that. Go look through, see if there's a book of mine on Amazon Kindle that's on a free giveaway. Check out my comic. Check everything out. All the links should be in the Patreon and in the description of this video if that's not good enough, if that's not showing through. Thank you again. Have a great day.